Hi and welcome to this edition of Out the Box. My name's Paul. Today we're going to have a look at what is in this brown box. It would normally be a blue box for Ruijie Reyee, but this is a fairly big outside 360-degree access point, so it comes in a plain brown box. This is not meant to be a technical overview. It will show you what's in the box, and I will talk about the unit very slightly as well. Alright, so let's start off. What are you going to get? Alright, one of the most exciting things in here for me is the warranty card. If you've seen more of my videos on Ruijie Reyee, why do I love it? Alright, 3 years plus warranty, and on some of the switches, 5 years warranty. This is fantastic for the price point, for the quality of the build. It smokes some of the other competitors completely out of the water. Obviously, the second thing for me is you get a cloud controller. It's free, it's hosted by Ruijie, it's no software to install, it works on your phone. And it works on a web browser, and all you have to do is scan the barcode on the device, which I'll show you in a minute, and boom, you are off and running, and the device is installed and working. And within maybe a couple of minutes, you can get yourself going. So that was the warranty card. You're going to get your product manual that's going to help you work out how to set it up and give you some information about the device as well. You are going to get the device itself, which we'll have a look at in a minute. You are going to get a wall and pole mounting bracket. So let me just offer that up so you can have a little bit of a look at it. All right, there we go. So what can you see? You can see we've got a mounting lip here, and we've got a hole to put everything in place here. So if we were actually to take our device here, we can offer it up. We can clip it into place, which just need to remove the cables that are in here, which we'll talk about in a moment. Let me just pull those out so that it actually sits in place correctly. All right, here we go. All right, so this is going to come down and clip into place like that. And as you can see, then all you need to do is bolt that into place. We're also going to get some mounting clips here, which would obviously pass through these holes and allow you to then mount that onto a pole. All right, I'll show you a bit more about the device in a moment. You are going to get a set of bolts there to allow you to fix that directly to the wall. And you will get your two bolts there that actually will fit through and hold the device in place. Now let's talk about the device itself. This is a wireless 360-degree access point. We don't see many of these in our space. Most of them are flat, they're put on the wall, and all you do is get a signal straight out from the front of those. The idea with this is we're going to get fantastic coverage below, in front, and if we're going to mount this out on a pole, we're obviously going to continue to get coverage behind us. We're seeing some fantastic range, RF signal range on this. Please do be aware that this is not about trying to find an access point that gives you the biggest throw. All right, the weakest item is actually your device connecting. Remember, some devices like a smart light bulb or your watering system don't have very big antennas in them, and as a result, they can't connect a very long distance. So this won't necessarily fix it for you, but if you're looking to get good coverage, then this is a really good access point. All right, so what do we know about this access point? It's Ip68 rated, so it's outside rated. Talked about before, 3 years warranty on here. It's plastic. Solid made metal bracket here. All right, is designed to be mounted obviously up. We've talked about the bracket that fixes it in place. Thought out from this point of view that on the bottom, all of your LED statuses of everything that's going on is on the bottom. So when you mount it this way and you're underneath, you can look up and see how it's doing. On the bottom here, you also have your barcode. Your barcode is what you use to scan to add this comfortably to your setup and adopt it and do all the config really simply. Then you get 4 connectors on the bottom. This is a PoE device. It's a 48 volt device. You will have noticed as we went through, there weren't any PoE injectors in the box. So you do need a PoE injector or a PoE switch to make this work. Or it does actually work on 12 volts, which we'll talk about in a moment. So your key one here, this is your Ethernet with PoE in. All right, it's already come with an outside rated cover and connector. So if we're to take this apart, we can see inside there where you're going to connect your cable, but you're first going to run it through this, which has a bung, a seal in the end to keep that all watertight. Some interesting things in here. Hopefully you can see it. There is also an LED indicator on the end of the connector there. So when you have that connected up, you will actually see whether you're delivering power to it, which I think is really good as well. So that's your PoE in, 1 gig Ethernet port. You also get a second Ethernet port here for additional speed or downlink or uplink that you need. Now, as I mentioned before, this can also be 12 volt powered. So you're going to get a 12 volt connector here. Great if you're putting this out where you've just got solar. So you can see that there. This will run with PoE and 12 volt plugged in, and if one fails, it will fail over to the other. So it's quite a neat little setup from that point of view. All right, and obviously because it's all sealed, you can't factory reset it. So they've put an external reset switch with, again, a cover on it. So if we take that off, hold that up, hopefully you can see it. There is a reset button there. So like I said, this is a wireless 6 device. It does about 500 and something megasecond in the 2.4 gigahertz band, and it does, I think it's about 1200 megabits a second in the 5 gigahertz, so giving you about a throughput of about 1700 megasecond. It's only got a 1 gig uplink, so that will be your definer, but obviously giving us a 360 degree RF signal out from here gives us incredible coverage. We are, like I said before, often we just see a signal that comes out frontwards and we maybe have to angle it down. This, the design of this, and with, like I said, the 2 pole mount brackets, if you could put this into the middle of an area at your farmstead or wherever that has power or can get solar power and can be on a pole with very little obstruction behind, you're going to get a fantastic coverage area. Wi-Fi 6, great speed, 3 years warranty, fantastic built. Really good coverage. Access point, this is the Ruijie RG-RAP6262-G. So hopefully that's been useful. Do head on over to our YouTube channel. We've got loads more box openings on Ruijie stuff, how to configure your Ruijie network, how to configure point-to-points, how to secure network with firewalls even. All right, so do subscribe and stay up to date.